Hi everyone, Tasha here, and this is my stop on the Hedgehog Hollow Hop, where you have a chance to win one of two great prizes. To see what you can win and how to enter, please expand the description box below, and I'll have all of the supplies used and the rules to enter the giveaway. The theme for this hop is hedgehogs, and for my project, I created these really fun graduation cards using this sweet hedgehog stamp set. If this stamp set is still available, I'll have it linked in the description box below. So I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how I created this cute little stacking hedgehog. And to start with, we're going to stamp the top image, which is the little graduation cap. And since we're doing a scene that has the images stacked on top of each other, we want to start with whatever's on the top and then work our way down. So I'm just going to use my stamping tool. You can use whatever tool you have, or stamping blocks is fine as well. I just sometimes need a restamp, so having a stamping tool is really helpful for me. Once we have that little hat down, I'm going to use some masking Post-it paper to block it off and then add my next image. And I already have these pre-cut since I made the examples at the beginning. Hopefully they will still stick. Okay, and then we're going to start with the first little guy. And we want that hat to be on his head, so I'm just going to line him up. We're adding a mask to him as well. And then we're going to stamp our next little guy. I'm going to have the one with the open arms. Add a mask to this little guy. And then for our last hedgehog, since he's going to be on this bottom layer, but I want to put a hat on his head, we're going to have to try to line up where his hat will be. So since he's kind of around here, we'll have the hat. We just have to kind of guess where his head should be. So we'll kind of probably just put it around there. And then we'll add our little guy. And then I kind of just line him up so that his head does go with the hat, because that's where we had to guesstimate where it might end up. So that should be okay. Oops, before I forget, I have to add the mask to the little hat, or we're just gonna wreck what we just did. There we go. Okay, and there's our little hedgehog. I also created a mask for him because I'm going to do some ink blending in the background. We're going to do some ink blending. I'm going to grab my little mat that I always use, And then I'm going to block off the bottom portion because I'm going to do green on the bottom and then blue for the sky. Just using some of this purple tape. I really like it. And then just kind of have it where his feet might be. There we go. I'm using my normal ink blending brushes that I love. And then just some Distress Oxide ink. I'll have all the colors I use in the description box below. But this one is Tumbled Glass. I really like this blue for skies. And then you just want to go around. You can make it as dark as you want. I like to do this even if I'm doing, like, I'm going to do grass on the bottom. But it's easier than coloring the whole bottom in with markers. And this covers such a large area. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. So I really like adding Distress ink to skies. And for grass areas or any type of scene that I'm making, because it really does help with covering a large space and not wasting my marker ink, because you know markers are expensive. So I'd rather just do this. It's faster and I like the look of it because it really gives that soft sky look. And that looks great. Again, these are my favorites. I mentioned this for quite a long time, but I really do like using them. So, okay, so I'm going to put this on top. And we're going to do the green. Oops. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't stick perfectly. I really just want it for that crisp line to kind of give me the divider. Let's put it this way. And I'm going to use the Twisted Citron for the bottom. I love this green because it's so vibrant and pretty, and it really just adds so much color to your card, but it's light enough that you can add markers to it, like little details, and it still allows the markers to show through. It's also great if you want to do like what I'm doing and kind of have those two images. Then I just kind of I'm going to just blend in. And again, it really doesn't matter because I am going to add markers to that bottom grass to make the grass. So even that white area, it's going to all be covered up. So it really just doesn't matter. I'm going to close up my little work area. And then we'll unmask these cuties and start coloring. Okay, now here's my favorite part, is when we get to pull all these off. There we go. Okay, so we have them all kind of stacked on top of each other. And we're going to just do some basic coloring. The hedgehog bodies are pretty light, so we're going to use some E21 on them. And it's not real detailed coloring because I'm using all brown tones on the spiky hair section as well. So all of this will be blended together. This is perfect in case you're you know, not wanting a lot of detail or not good at detail. It doesn't really matter because we're going to be blending and coloring this all in. So it's going to look nice no matter what you do. So we'll do the little feet as well. And see, this hedgehog is a little more over and not as centered as my other cards, but it's still good. Okay. We're going to use E23, the hazelnut. Hazelnut is my favorite brown. I use this all the time. And this is what we're going to use for some of the shadowing. And we're going to go darker on the top, because this one has a little hedgehog on top, so you want to make sure you give it some shadow on the bottom and under the hat. Same thing for this little guy. And the little feet. And I know the hedgehog feet are generally pretty light, but they'll all kind of blend. And then I'm going to give them some little freckles. And this one. Super cute. Okay, now we're going to use kind of a middle tone color. We're going to go with an E11, which is the Barely Beige. And again, this is just to kind of be a middle color between that hazelnut brown, the darkest one, and then the lighter color we use. Kind of smooths out everything, helps everything blend. Cute. Okay, and then we will go back in with our E21. And this is where we just kind of go over everything to make sure everything is blended. I just love this color combination for them because it gives them a lot of shadowing, but it's really easy because you don't have to have tons of colors that kind of go together. You just kind of want to make sure that you have that dark, that light, and then the middle tone. Okay, so then we're going to use some brown. I'm going to go with this E25 brown. It's similar to that hazelnut color, so this will be my darkest shade that I use. Again, we're going to pay attention to where our shadow is going to be. And I'll just do it right away just so I don't forget about it. And this will be the darkest of the three for the spiky hair. Kind of just make your strokes go with the spikes. It'll look cute. And these images are so adorable, so it's not like you can really mess it up. You can color it any way you want. An idea I was thinking of too is just making them, if I was going to make a different type of card, to make the colors more pastel, or maybe have all their hair be a different color, like one would be purple, one would be pink. I just think that'd be really cute as well. Alright, so now I'm going to go with the hazelnut because this will be the middle color for the hair part. I'm going to darken those little ears again. And then add over that brown, which again, they are very similar, but that's kind of what you want because we're doing just some simple blending. Really cute. Okay. And then we will go over the hair part with an E95, which is more of a peachy tone, but I think it'll go better with the darker browns and allow for some highlights. Super cute. And this is where you can again just do some quick coloring because you're just going over that whole image. And we'll go over it one more time just to darken up those dark parts a little bit more that have been blended. That's really cute. Okay, just a dark color one more time. And this, we just kind of go over those darker shadow areas just to make sure they stay dark. And then just to add a little more detail. Really cute. Okay, and then for the little rosy cheeks, I think we'll use kind of a muted pink for this little guy. That's what I did on my other ones and I really liked it. Just go, oops. There we go. And just go over it one more time. Really cute. I love it. Okay, for these hats, since I've already done red and blue, I think I'm going to go with a purple. So I'm going to use some V04, which is just, it's a violet shade, but it's kind of, has a little bit of a plum color to it, so it's not a deep purple. And I really like how that kind of just pops and adds tons of color. And then for the blending, we'll go with a V01, which is similar in tone, but a lot lighter, and that just kind of blends it. So we really only need the two colors, and it blends it all together perfectly. I did notice that with our masking, we missed some of the sky. I'm just going to dab it with a little blue marker, and you see it just kind of blends together nicely. For the grass, like I said before, I'm going to use some, what is this? Get a different color. Let's get some more of a muted color. We're going to add some grass, just some little strokes for grass, and then we'll do some shading under the bottom hedgehog, and I think we'll add just a little bit of dots just for some interest in the ground. We'll stamp our sentiment on the bottom too, so that'll look perfectly. I'm gonna go with just a little bit shade, darker shade, this YG17, just to again play up some of those little grass border we have. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay, I think that's done. We didn't put anything in this hedgehog. I think we'll put a little bit of maybe a bow on this one, since I didn't do the diploma like I wanted to. I'm going to use the little bow image, and this will just line up. Sorry if my head's in the way. There we go. Alrighty. And then we'll color it purple to go with the cap and gown. Not the cap and gown, just the caps. There we go. Then it kind of all goes together. I'm going to use some white jelly pens for the little details. I'm using the Jelly Roll 05. I have it linked below. This is my favorite one to use. It's this really fine line. And I'm going to give this little hedgehog. Let me switch it. I think this one comes out a little better. Yeah. And then we're going to do the little eyes. I like to use the size 5 and the size 10. I like to have that either thick line or the really fine one. I mean, look how fine these little dots are. Okay, really cute. That kind of finishes it off. I know this kind of got a little yellow on it, but that's okay. And this is it for my card. So this one I'll layer onto a piece of purple cardstock using my layering tool, which I do like. I can show you guys it again. It's the one I always use. And I'll have them linked in the description box below. I have the hardest time layering. It's just, I'm not good at it. And I find this tool really helpful. Oops, I'm going to do this size. Okay. I also have found that I prefer using my glass mat more than my cutting mat. I don't know, it works so much better on my little mat. And it's as easy as that. I think on my cutting mat, the blade would kind of get stuck, and then it would kind of make me have to go over things, or things would be crooked. My glass mat works really well. I really enjoy it. And here are my 3 cards. I'll have close-ups on my blog, and also links to everything I use is on my blog and the description box below, and with the person that's next in the lineup for the hop. I hope you guys enjoyed the card today and have enjoyed hopping around with us. I'll talk to you guys soon. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and have a great day. Bye-bye.